think I have a slight chance to run here. Yep. So sorry, I just want to make sure. Okay. I had a sneaking suspicion that I, like, didn't turn on my mic. Or I wasn't, like, recording audio. Archimedes 6. Oh jeez. Hang on, sorry. Okay. My headphones have a thing where, they have a thing where a little slider, I'm sure I've mentioned, and, like, it's very sensitive. Like, these, I didn't have them, or I didn't use them for a long time, they were just sitting around. Probably because of that one reason, and that one reason alone. But, like, yeah. I think maybe I might have mentioned that. So I have pulled up an entire list of, like, Starfield mods. Like, what are some must-get mods for Starfield? And, always fun, because, like, I love it when I have, like, a million weapons. Even though it's completely, like, for the most part, like, completely worthless. But yeah. Sorry, I'm also just, like, I don't know. For some reason I just, remembered thing. So you know how, like, the entire thing, the entire, like, twist with the story of, Starfield is, like, this technology was found and it, like, fucked up, Earth's magnetosphere or whatever, like, unless I'm misremembering the terms, Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about it, and, like, the magnetosphere is actually, like, shifted and come back, and, like, at one point, the North Pole, like, was in Canada. Actually very recently, I believe. And, like, it, you know, it shifts. And it will shift eventually. It will disappear, and then it will come back, and, like, the North Pole will be where the South Pole is. And that's just, like, a thing. And, yeah, like, and apparently, it actually was not that big of a deal. Like, you would think you would, like, if there was this crazy, ridiculous, like, if there was this insane apocalyptic event, you would imagine that, like, the fossil record would show that, right? And, apparently it doesn't. So, like, is it a thing I would have to worry about in my lifetime? I don't think so, but I could be wrong. It's not like a thing, it's not a thing of, like, we lose our atmosphere, I don't think. But I don't know. Prepare. I'm not a apocalypse guidance counselor. So, and I could totally be misremembering the thing, so. Trying to think of like what ships I would want to do. I think I had mentioned earlier, so like I don't necessarily want an X-wing in Star Citizen or in Starfield, but I like not an actual X-wing. I mean, again, like I wouldn't really mind, but it would be very strange to just have an X-wing and then not anything else, you know? So, yeah. So this is where the rover would be really good. Don't think I've forgotten that they did add that in terms of things. But yeah, I do like the idea of having like small, just single seat fighters. I mean, like the sort of like Starfield take on it, I don't think it's uninteresting. It's just certainly like it's a take. But I do think that like theoretically I could really like with this mod, if it works, if I can get the merchant thing to work, then or the shipbuilder thing, and it actually does, you know, spread out your designs and put them into a pool of possible ships you fight, then yeah, that could be real interesting, I think. The thing, in all fairness, though, I've just made like a bunch of very bullet spongy ships, which is not great, but eh. But yeah, I think I could definitely see. I don't know, it would be nice to get into like the shipbuilding part of it, of the game, and see about that. I don't know if the idea is that they copy over to New Game Plus or not. I don't know if there's any like, oh, you can like save this blueprint of a ship. Although like, I mean, it would be nice, but also it's not super necessary. Too bad we don't have a gas giant to look at after this. I mean, you could find one. I don't know, maybe I'll play around with... I'll probably cheat in some credits and, like, maybe just play around with some stuff. Because again, I don't know, I mean, I need to get into the spirit of things. I need to be in the mood to play around with ship settings. Or to play around with ships. And then it's just a thing of like, oh, I get 1,000,000 ships and it's just sort of ridiculous, but I know there's this sort of like sub-capital thing that I had made that I was like, oh, you know, I do like this. This is pretty nice. Where I had the exploration variant and then I had the one that was the combat variant that was like exceedingly long. Can't remember what I called them, but they were a thing that happened. Oh my good lord. My goodness. I'm not gonna complain. Well, I'm not totally gonna complain because again, like I could have drove here. I didn't have to walk. But also, like, I don't know, at the same time, it probably would have been... I mean, if it was even half the time, like, doesn't that seem like it would have been a very long amount of time? For me to go and just running around? I don't know. I'm just saying. Oh man, you know, that reminds me. Maybe I'll say it in the next episode. I was hanging out with a friend and it was a real good time. There was a specific thing, but like... Yeah, I don't know, it's just nice to... It's nice having friends. Nice hanging out with them. I feel like I said like in the last recording, something about being like really lonely or whatever. It was probably a really cringy thing to look back at, which I'm glad I am not. But also it's probably very genuine, I have to admit. Oh, I hate these things where they just like... I found your stupid little rock point of interest. Not gonna give me any more details. It's not gonna be any more interesting just because there's 2 things I have to look for. There we go. It was so worth it. Lovely. I can't believe I listed the resources in the thing at first. Jeez, that took so long. Goddamn. Anyway, till next time, good day, great day even. Chowskis.